Welcome back to another edition of Money Monday. Today's topic is something that's on a lot of people's minds. How much money do you really need to retire comfortably in the UK? Whether you're in your 50s, early 60s, or just starting to think about retirement planning seriously for the first time, the good news is it's not too late. Many people fear they've missed the boat, especially if life didn't go quite according to plan, but the reality is often much more hopeful than we think. Retirement isn't necessarily about hitting a giant, scary number. It's really about covering your lifestyle and doing it in a way that brings you peace of mind. Let's begin by addressing some of the most common fears. Maybe you feel like you haven't saved enough, or you're comparing yourself to others who seem much further ahead. It's easy to feel left behind. Sometimes we're thrown off track by job changes, family needs, or unexpected expenses. But retirement planning is less about perfection and more about intention and clarity. The truth is, the lifestyle you want to live in retirement will ultimately determine how much you need. This is a far more empowering way to look at it. In the UK, the Pensions and Lifetime Savings Association outlines 3 main levels of retirement living that help put things into perspective. The first is the minimum lifestyle, which covers all the essentials: food, heating, housing costs if applicable, and a bit of TV or digital entertainment. It's modest but gets you through comfortably. The second level is considered moderate. This includes everything in the minimum category, but adds in things like a reliable second-hand car, a UK-based holiday once a year, and the ability to enjoy meals out occasionally. Then there's the comfortable lifestyle. This one allows for more frequent holidays, perhaps some international travel, regular social outings, hobbies, and a stronger feeling of security and independence. So the question is, which of these lifestyles do you see yourself living in retirement? Knowing your ideal scenario is key. Contrary to popular belief, you probably don't need £1 million in your pension fund. The goal is to build a retirement income that supports the kind of life you actually want. Once you start looking at it that way, the whole process becomes more manageable and even motivating. Let's take a look at 2 real-life examples to bring this to life. First, meet Rita. She's 67 years old and lives alone. She receives the full UK state pension, which comes in at just over £11,500 a year. On top of that, she has a small annuity that gives her about £80 a week, which works out to a little over £4,000 a year. In total, her retirement income is just under £15,700 annually. While that may not sound like much at first glance, Rita is actually quite comfortable. She lives in a modest, mortgage-free home, keeps her expenses low, and has made peace with a simpler lifestyle. She still treats herself occasionally, but she's content. The key here is that her fixed costs are minimal, which gives her a surprising amount of breathing room. Now let's talk about Mark. He's 52 and only recently started focusing seriously on retirement planning. For many people in their early 50s, this is the moment where the urgency kicks in. Mark currently contributes £250 a month to his pension and is exploring ways to boost that amount as his financial situation improves. He's planning to downsize later in life, which will hopefully free up some equity and reduce his housing costs. He's aiming for a moderate retirement lifestyle, with a yearly income of around £23,000. With consistent saving, realistic planning, and perhaps working a few extra years if needed, Mark is still very much on track to reach his goal. His story is a powerful reminder that starting late doesn't mean finishing badly. So how do you figure out your own retirement number? The first step is understanding your current spending. Look at your bank statements from the past few months and categorize your spending. What's essential? What could be cut back on? Then, imagine what your spending will look like in retirement. Will you still have a mortgage, or will it be paid off? Will you be commuting or working part-time? Many people find that their expenses go down once they retire, especially in areas like transportation and work-related costs. Next, calculate your expected income in retirement. This includes the state pension, which for most people is over £11,500 per year, plus any private pensions, savings, rental income, or part-time earnings. Online tools like Money Helper's Pension Calculator or PensionBee's Planner can be incredibly helpful in giving you an estimate. These tools let you play around with different figures to see how changes in your savings rate or retirement age can impact your future income. Now, if you're feeling behind or unsure, don't panic. There are several practical steps you can take right now that can significantly improve your retirement outlook. First, check your national insurance record to ensure you're on track to receive the full state pension. If you have any missing years, you may be able to top them up. It's an investment worth making for the long-term benefit. Second, start saving anything now. Even putting away £100 a month over the next 10 to 15 years can add up, especially with the power of compound interest. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Third, consider finding a side hustle or part-time work that brings in extra income. Not only can this boost your savings, but it also gives you a sense of purpose and community. Many retirees continue part-time work well into their 60s and beyond, not out of necessity, but because they enjoy it. Lastly, think about your housing situation. Could downsizing in the future free up equity and reduce your monthly expenses? Some people also explore equity release later in life, although it's important to seek financial advice before making that decision. Having options like these adds flexibility and helps you feel more in control of your financial future. Ultimately, every pound you save today is a step toward greater freedom tomorrow. Compound interest is often called the eighth wonder of the world because of how it multiplies your money over time. The sooner you get your retirement plan in motion, the more power you have over your financial destiny. And remember, this isn't just about money, it's about creating a life you actually want to live. As we age, priorities change. For many, retirement isn't about expensive cars or luxury holidays, it's about peace of mind. It's knowing that your bills are covered, your home is safe, and you can enjoy a few comforts without constant stress. Whether it's time with grandchildren, volunteering, traveling locally, or just relaxing in your garden with a good book, the dream retirement is different for everyone. That's why it's so important to define what your version looks like and then build your plan around it. So ask yourself, what does your dream retirement look like? Is it a cozy cottage by the sea, lots of family time, a garden project, or maybe finally taking up that hobby you never had time for? Whatever your dream is, it's possible, especially when you take action today. Planning ahead doesn't need to be overwhelming. With the right tools and mindset, it's absolutely doable. And if you're feeling uncertain about where to begin, don't worry, you don't have to do it alone. I've put together some free checklists that can guide you step by step through understanding your current finances, estimating your retirement needs, and creating a simple, realistic action plan. You can download those using the link in the description below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from it too. You never know who might be quietly worrying about retirement and looking for a place to start. Subscribe if you'd like more clear, no-nonsense advice about money and life after work. We've got new videos every Monday, plus Finance Fix It Fridays, where we tackle real money problems with practical solutions. Thanks for being here today. You're not alone in this journey, and every step you take brings you closer to a retirement you can actually look forward to. Until next time, take care, stay focused, and keep building that future. See you soon.